right. Okay. So, what are we doing? Hold on a sec. Okay. There we go. All right. Good afternoon. Pratt, hello. How are you? Okay, what are we doing? We are in Baltimore and we're flying to Fort Myers in Florida today in Southwest. We are on VATSIM. We did have a controller, but he went offline. No, but I'd already set up the flight, so we're going to do the flight anyway. All right. Let's have a look at our flight plan. So there's our flight plan, right there. Okay. And what's the weather look like? Let's have a look. Weather's okay. The weather's okay. All right. Okay, let's power this on, shall we? The emergency lights, batteries on, ground power on. There we go. And let's get some panel lights on. There we are. Okay. And our IRS. There we go. So our flight plan today, Baltimore to Fort Myers. Yeah, doing all right. All good, all good. Slightly late today, but yeah, still in the, we'll still get in the air. 3005 is our Q&A. So let's go to our position in it. So K Baltimore, Bravo, Whiskey, India. And we're at gate A7 today. A7. Of course it isn't. Okay, GPS, there we are. Pop that in there. And we can go route. Flight plan and bring it in from SimBrief. Okay, set fuel, set payload, select route. Oh, hold on a second. Have I used this one before? Yes, it would seem so. Let's just check the, yeah, okay, good. Okay, let's load that. So flight level is 340. So let's set that up. 340. There we are. Runway heading out of Baltimore is runway 28 right. So it's 285 is the runway heading. There we are, lovely. We'll go traffic and weather in there. We'll go traffic and terrain in there. All right, let's go down there. Okay, so we're leaving on 28 today. 28. There we go. Okay, we can activate that. Execute. And departure arrival. So departing on 28 on the TERP Zulu 8 on Romeo Sin. There we are. And then our arrival into Fort Myers is on ILS 6 on Shifty Cinta Obel. Now we will have a vector, which I'm going to keep in there. So we will have a vector there, which I'm going to keep. All the rest should be okay. All right, good. Let's go to... Ooh, you know what? I've forgotten. Oh, request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Southwest. Okay, let's pause the music for a second. Okay, I forgot to do all of that, otherwise I don't get all my cabin announcements. Okay, that's all good. So let's go flight director on, and there, let's attach the tug, and we go VNav and LNav. VNav. Because I don't have that done. Sorry. There we go. So performance. So 350. We are ready for pushback. No, 340. Sorry, today. $340. So there we are. 340. Topper climb wind. Let's have a look.
Departure checks completed.
So topper climb wind is 266.67. There we are. And cost index was 73. Reserves. Our payload is 1.1. 1.1. There we are. And 0 fuel weight. There we go. All right, 62. That's good. Let's put on some lighting because I want the panel. Oops. Panel lighting. Oh, come on. I've got to change this micro switch in this mouse. There we are. Okay. Nice. And here. Okay. Lovely. And one more. There we are. Okay, so 1 to 2 decimal. No, what is CTAF here? Hold on a second. Let's just have a look at the VATSIM radar. There. So what is CTAF? No, that's me. Baltimore. ATC CTAF is 119,400. 119,400. There we go. Hello, Nicholas. Nicholas, I don't understand any of your messages, by the way. There we go. 119,400. 119,400 is our CTAF, and we do have an ATC. So Squawk 3525. So 3525. So 3 5 3525. 3525. There we are. Okay, lovely. Okay, so what were we doing? Ah, yeah, we were doing all of that. That is done. N1 limit, the takeoff, flaps 5. CG, okay. Let's go to there. So the wind, so the weather on the ground is 210 at 7. 210 at 7. 210 at 7. There we go. All right. And we can go V1, rotate, V2. 152. There we go, and that should be good. All right. So let's go to our legs page and pull in the wind for that. Wind request. Let's have a look outside. Okay, load that. And execute. And descent forecast winds. We can load them as well. And execute. There we are. Lovely. So we can go climb here.
The overwing window exit row is designated emergency exit row. If you're seated in this row, refer to that safety information card located in the seat back pocket in front of you. If you do not meet the selection criteria, do not wish to perform any of the functions, please let us know. And so that we can push back from this gate, make sure seatbelts are securely fastened, seat back and tray tables are in the full upright and locked.
And QNH was 3005.
Briefcase, many large laptops over 2 pounds, they all need to go completely underneath the seats in front of you, leaving that area around your feet clear. Aircraft is Wi-Fi equipped, free TV, flight tracker free, and free movies. Thanks for choosing us this morning and welcome aboard.
Okay, so we're good. Yes, yes, and yes. So we're just waiting for the boarding to complete. And then we will start our pushback. And we will be turning the nose to the left today. Sorry, to the right. Okay.
May I see your boarding pass?
Right. Perfect. We're almost on our way. About 70% loaded. About 30 passengers to board. So, we're all good down there. We'll just go to 122.8 here. 122.8 there. Okay, lovely. And 28 we're taking off from today. What was our trim? Let's have a look at our trim. I forgot about that. So, sorry, init ref. Takeoff, our trim was 5.8. 5.8. So we can set that as well. 5.8. There we are. Okay. Okay, all boarded.
Boarding completed.
All right, let's get out of here. So we do have center tanks. We have fuel in the center as well today. So let's start the APU and on. I'm going to use the I'm going to use that today. We'll put it down just before takeoff. So anti-collision can come on. And we're just waiting for the APU to come up. Sorry, 34,000 feet there. And what was runway at the other end? Let's have a look. Legs. 77, so 100. There we go. Perfect. And we have APU. There we go. There we go. So parking brakes on. Let's go and go to ground. Ground operations, release, and set chocks. Okay. So we're going to go nose to the right. Let's do that. Okay. Baltimore traffic, Southwest 2436, stand Alpha 7, push and start, facing right. So we're going to go nose right, tail left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, releasing parking brake.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
And door management, everything is closed. Lovely. Okay, let's start engines. So your damper on. We'll only put the main tanks on for now. And there we go. Window heat on and on. Electrics on. APU bleed on. And engine 2 start. Okay, all good. Okay, engine 2.
Alright, y'all, if we can pretend to have your attention for just a few moments, my two young identical twin son and daughter are going to show you the safety features of the Boeing 737 series. I'm so proud of these kids. To properly fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat into the buckle. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt.
Okay, engine 1.
Please set parking brakes.
Here we go. If you
Parking brake set.
doors to go home, there's 6 ways to get there. 2 forward exit doors, 2 over wing window exits, 2 rear exit doors, signs overhead, disco lights on the floor, lead each exit. Everybody gets a door prize in the seat back pocket in front of you, along with dirty diapers, chewing gum wrappers, banana peels, and all of the gifts you leave for us from time to time. It's a safety information card. Take it out, check it out. You'll notice in the highly unlikely event that the captain lets us near a hot tub.
Okay.
It's their very own teeny-weeny yellow Southwest bikini. One size fits all. Take it out only if told to do so. Place it over your head, wrap that strap around your waist, buckle it in front, hold it
Unlocking
tight.
gear.
Once outside, pull down on the right tab to inflate to manually inflate one of the tube at your shoulder. The flight attendants are coming by, hoping that you'll tell them how good looking they are. They're going to make sure your seat backs and tray table are in their full, upright, and absolute most uncomfortable position possible. and your carry-on items are crammed and shoved completely into the seat in front of you, leaving absolutely no room for your knees or feet. As you know, it's a no smoking, no whining, no complaining flight.
Left is
It's a
clear.
please and
Right is
thank
clear.
you, and you are such a good-looking flight attendant flight. Smoking is never allowed on board at Southwest or because smoking in the lavatory. The fine for that's $2,000, and if you want to pay that for your airfare, you should have flown somebody else. If we do make you that nervous the next 2 hours, you're more than welcome to step outside. We don't discriminate at Southwest. We've got a special smoking section just for you. We'll even show you a movie tonight. We have Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay, there we go. Continuous.
Her motto is, if you like
Switch over to engines. There we are. We can switch off our APU bleed and switch off the APU. That can go on and on.
just do what we
We
say.
go to TR1 Gen 1
And although we never
and we're all good. Okay, lovely. So we'll go taxi lights and runway lights on.
stop screaming, let go of your neighbor, pull out of that plastic
There we go. Lovely. Okay, RTO and flaps 5.
Simply insert 75 cents for the first minute and 50 cents for each additional minute. Although that plastic bag may not inflate, you are receiving lots and lots of gin. Oxygen, that is. And if you're traveling with small children, we're sorry. If you're traveling with more than one child, pick out the one that you think might have the most earning potential down the road. And if you're traveling with somebody needing very special assistance, like your husband,
Okay, lovely.
or your wife,
Okay, release parking brakes. Taxi. Runway 28.
Either way, it's about a 2-hour flight, gate to gate. The clock is already ticking. Seriously, y'all, there's
Baltimore traffic, Southwest 2436, taxiing runway 28 via Tango, uniform, holding point, uniform 1. Baltimore traffic.
That's what we call very cheap.
Okay,
Nobody had to pay extra.
let's go.
Certainly don't get a refund. Thanks again for choosing Southwest, and welcome aboard. Okay, that's sweet, but cash is always better.
Is there anyone else here? No. Okay. So it is over there somewhere. So we've got a little bit of a taxi. And there's the threshold is right down the end over there. So follow that round. and then we're going right here. We're on uniform now. And we're going to holding point uniform 1. So that's uniform 2. Okay. And there we go. Let's just check everything is good. It's all good up there. Yes, it is. Okay, and down here is good. Okay, let's go. Landing lights on.
Double check your seatbelts and make sure they're securely fastened. We've been cleared for departure.
Okay. Baltimore traffic, Southwest 2436, lining up runway 28. Okay, let's go.
Cabin secure. Ready for takeoff.
And we're going to use the HGS as well. Okay, lovely, we're good. Okay, let's go. 60% and release. Toga.
Airspeed alive. 80 knots. V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Debris.
Okay, gear up. We just got to keep that circle in the center there. Or at least try. Here we go, lovely. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Okay, we can lock our gear. Lovely. There we are. Nose down a bit. And we're good. All right. There we are. There we are. Clean that up. Clean that up. And we are good. Okay.
So I'll get your picture for just a few moments. It's been a really long day for us. I know it probably has been for you too. We're going to take just a little bit of a union break. But we don't want anybody to go hungry. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass your snacks down the aisle. If you've never flown Southwest before, we believe in working smarter, not harder. So y'all look up here. This is what we call Southwest Express Snack Service. Coming to you live. Here come your snacks, everybody. You're welcome to the captain. Here they come. All right, y'all help us out.
Okay.
Baseball players in the back of the plane back there. All right, y'all slide it back. Good job. All right, here they come. Now y'all look up here. Here come your drinks.
So that laughing is coming from the cabin announcements. Okay. 10,000 feet. There we go. We can go off and off. Bring in the center pumps. And there we go. They're off. Okay, we can go to Unicom 122.8. Okay, 15,000 feet. Here we are. Ian, hello. Bit late today on the stream. So we're over Washington. We just left Baltimore. We're on VATSIM, of course. So we do have Washington, KIAD, down below us. KIAD, there it is. And then the other one that goes into Washington, like the proper Washington, I guess. Your progress bar has failed. What do you mean? Are you sure you're pointing to the correct HTML? It can't just fail unless you've got you deleted some files by mistake. So we've got one fuel tank. There we go. Not changed any settings as far as you know. Huh. It can't just fail. Do you have, check in your the output folder. 1 second. One second. In your output folder, make sure you have in your application folder, sorry, the actual application folder, that you've got progress bar HTML, progress bar text, progress bar underscore config. You need to make sure they all exist. I can have a look at it later, but it doesn't die just like that. Something is missing. Or check your OBS is pointing to the right HTML. Progress bar, HTML. And there's the other fuel. Good. Center is empty now. But if you use, oh yeah, yeah, you have to check. Is it pointing to the progress bar HTML in OBS? So there we are, 24,000 feet. So 1 hour and 38 minutes to Fort Myers, 747. Ah, yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, 28,000 feet. Right, hold on a sec. Hold on. I'm just getting in coffee. Hold on. MTEP, hello. How are you? We just took off from Baltimore. We're heading to Fort Myers, Florida. I'm all good, yes. We're in Southwest Airlines today. I just have to go and get myself a coffee. But yeah, we're on our way. You will fly from Everett to Rome. Everett to Rome. Oh, we're going to have some air traffic control. Lovely. Everett. Everett down to Rome. LIRF. Okay. Right, we've got a control coming on. We've got a bit of controllers, some controllers coming on. Lovely. Please, I hope they have more coming in. There wasn't anything along here, but now there is. They're all starting to slowly pop up. So that's where we are. So let's hope we get some coming over Miami or over Florida. That should be nice. Orlando. I don't know. Who makes Orlando? Who's the developer? Wasn't that Taxi to Gate? If it's Taxi to Gate, no, it's terrible. Yeah, Taxi to Gate, no, forget about it. I heard it's really, really bad. They used to be good. They did Charles de Gaulle for P3D, and it was a very good Charles de Gaulle. But, yeah. No, it's utter nonsense. They were good in P3D. So we're heading actually now towards Greensboro. So Greensboro. Right. So there we are. We're in cruise, 34,000 feet, on our way to Fort Myers, Florida. 37 minutes off the blocks. 1 hour and 30 minutes to go. Arrival time is estimated at 17:02 Zulu. Fall and winter seasons are flight sim seasons in our areas. What? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. It's actually quite warm here in the UK. It's quite warm. 18, 14, 16. It's quite warm. I mean, I feel warm at night. I have to open the window a little bit. I mean, this has got to be the warmest November, for sure. I mean, they did, so we have November the 5th, we have Guy Fawkes night. And Guy Fawkes night, at night, was 14 degrees, which is like warm. For November. It's the warmest November the 5th since 1930 something or something. Okay, let's change this, shall we? We're gonna go that and bang. Yeah, Guy Fawkes. Wasn't he French? man. My hair is a mess. I tell you, I really need to get it cut. It's so long. And the hat doesn't help it. It's funny, huh? People think I'm bald under my hat. Oh. Yes, I know. That's what I made it for. I made it for myself. I made it for myself. If other people can get to use it, then that's okay, right? To be fair, all I care is that it works for myself. It works for me. It is SIM Connect. Yes, you don't need FSUIPC. That's okay. If you want to use it, use it. You know, if you want to donate some money for me creating it, feel free. Well, you're welcome. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of running FSUIPC, to be honest. And that's one of the things that puts me off self-loading cargo, because I've kept on asking, you know, the guy who does self-loading cargo, are you going to do SIM Connect? And he did say it's on the roadmap, but it's been years and it hasn't come up. But I don't use self-loading cargo much at all now. I use the universal announcer, which works much. It does everything I need it to do. Look at the cloud cover there. Look at that. It looks so nice, doesn't it? Yeah, they are. So 460 nautical miles, top of descent. And I'll do another stream later on after this one as well. When Asia is in daylight, and then we will do some flights in Asia. But right now I've got some coverage. I've got Atlanta Center, so 132,975. Will he ping me? 132,975. Let's hope so. One 132,975. One 132,975. I don't know if he's gonna ping me. We'll just talk. We'll ping him. Atlanta Center, Southwest 2436 at flight level 340.
Southwest 2436, Atlanta Center, good morning. Radar contact.
Good morning to you. Sorry, I was rude. Good morning.
It's okay, you're good.
You have to be polite to these controllers. I just think it's just common decency. And sometimes I do forget, but I'm not afraid to apologize. So we're going over Atlanta.
Set of 488, Indy's closed, radar service terminated, frequent change of shoes, have a good day.
Going to be crossing over.
Change approved. See ya. Delta 488.
Crossing over Charlotte.
Delta 1312, hello, 8,500 for 12,000.
Set of 1312, Atlanta Center, good morning. Climb and maintain level 340.
Head up 340, Delta 1312.
Atlanta Center, good morning. United 1524, level 360.
United 1524, Atlanta Center, good morning. Radar contact.
Okay. So flying over Atlanta. Well, not actually over Atlanta. We're in Atlanta Center airspace. We're near Charlotte. I guess Charlotte is North Carolina, isn't it? I think. Caroline du Nord. I went to an airport. I flew to an airport a few days ago, but I had no idea how to say it. Peripignan. I think it's probably Peripignan. Peripignan. Peripignan in the south of France. Peripignan. Peripignan. River Salties. Rive Salties. Yeah. Peripignan. Is that it? Am I saying it correctly? Peripignan? Peripignan. Ego. Hello. Hello, mate. How are you? I hope you're well. Yeah, it's near Toulouse. Near Toulouse. To lose or not to lose? That is the question. Long runway? Really? Right, let's hope we got some more controllers popping up. I hope we do. Miami looks a bit bare. I was flying Aer Lingus, Dublin to Perpignan. All good, man. All good. All good.
Go to 1312 on that altitude. Maintain level 240 for traffic. Delta 1312. Delta 1312. Go to 1312 on that altitude. Maintain level 240 for traffic. I'm going to have to step you up just because you're going about 100 knots faster than the guy in front of you.
Alright, maintain 240, and we can also take higher than 340. That's just some brief gave me, but we can amend our cruising for Delta 1312.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just to get you up to your cruise, you got to get stepped up there so that you don't climb into the guy in front of you.
So 122.
Hello, Delta 962 is 10,700 for 14.
Delta 962 Atlanta Center, good morning, radar contact. Climb and maintain level 370.
370, Delta 962.
BM 2713, passing through 9.5, climbing 1111,000.
CVM 2713 Atlanta, good morning. I'll have higher for you in about 4 minutes.
No problem, 2713.
So we're in Charlotte airspace right now. That's where we are. That's me. And we're in there right now. So, and then we don't have anything after that. Hopefully something comes up and then we'll be lucky. But I'm going to do another one. Maybe Asia will come up and Asia will start to be...
1312, climb and maintain level 250.
So yeah.
250, 1312.
So we'll do something in Asia. Japan somewhere. Japan into China.
Number 2713, correct Dabo.
Direct Dabo, 2713.
Number 1312, climb and maintain flight level 270 now.
Alright, up to 270 for Delta 1312.
Love to learn French. French is not easy. French is not easy. There's too many things that are male and female. Very, very, I mean, I used to live in France. I worked for a French company and they insisted I learn French. So they got me a professor. I did 80 hours of French and it did my head in. It did my head in.
1312, I'm going to maintain flight level 290.
290, Delta 1312.
And I had this old lady who only spoke French, and she insisted that I can learn French very quickly.
American 431 Fairplay, you're climbing.
Very quickly because
You're losing airspeed when climbing, even if I have it in level.
because her son-in-law.
Okay. Delta 1312, I'm in altitude, maintain level 280.
Her son-in-law
Maintain 280.
was from Pakistan, or is from Pakistan. So she thinks
That's
she's
fine, appreciate it.
she
And then
says we
I'll-
have
I
a
should be
very
able to
good
send you all
ear
the
for
way to the
languages.
here in, probably about 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want us to maintain our current, or should we keep descending that? I mean, we're already at 280. So disregard 13.
But to be fair, I understand it. I can.
2436 Jack.
I can.
Service terminated. Frequently change your shoes. Have a good day.
Frequency change approved. Southwest 2436. You have a great day, my friend. Have a great day.
Thanks. November 2713. Climb and maintain 15,000.
I maintain 1.
Okay. You learn Polish without going to school, but don't you live there? Yeah, but aren't you Polish? Isn't that like your first language? Okay, here's a fun fact. I do speak 7 languages. Okay? I do speak 7 languages fluently and about 300 dialects. Okay? So, you know, languages aren't a problem for me. They're not a problem for me. Which ones though? So when I was a very, very young kid, the first language I actually spoke was Swahili. Okay? And if you don't know what Swahili is from Kenya. From East Africa. Because that's what was spoken in my house. But yeah, I mean, Swahili, Urdu, Arabic, Hindi, Thai, Bahasa Indonesia, and then understanding, and I can construct sentences in Spanish and French, for example. Not a problem. And then if you want to take dialects, there are many different dialects in the Middle East and in the subcontinent, which I understand and can speak. So, yeah. And people get worried, especially in Asia. They would not talk in front of me because they didn't know if I knew how to speak the language. Oh, and Farsi. You're from Iran, Farsi. So an international man of mystery I am. That's why they keep stopping me every time I went to the US just now, as you know. I went on holiday to the US, and that was my first trip to the US in maybe 12 years. 12 years? And every time I went to the US before, in immigration, they would come into the immigration line and they would pull me and take me away to the detention center to interview me. All right? This time we arrived, we went to Houston on holiday, me and the wife, and I just, just like behaving normal. I got to the window of immigration and they looked at my wife's passport, stamped it, then they took mine, looked at mine, and they said, and then all of a sudden they called the backup guy and they said, sorry, you have to go with him. And I couldn't believe it. I said to the guy, after 12 years, and you still want to talk to me? And they took me away to the detention center to ask me some questions. I told my wife, you go ahead. Her brother was picking her up. I said, you go ahead, I'll find my way. I said, this is going to be about 2 hours. Then the guy at the immigration said, no, I'd reckon give him 4 hours. Yeah, and I said, man, this is just ridiculous. I went in there. The bloke comes in, takes my passport, walks away. And then within 10 minutes, he comes back and says, what are you doing? Why have you come here? And I said, I'm here for a holiday. Yeah, I'm on holiday. I'm visiting my family. And he looked at my passport and then he said, yeah, no problem. All right, have a great trip. You're welcome. You're welcome to America. And I said, really? And yeah, he let me go after 10 minutes. I mean, it's ridiculous. I've never been held. They just ask stupid questions. Like they go, he asked me a question, said, what color are your eyes? I said, I don't know. I can't see my bloody eyes. You tell me. I mean, silly questions. I went to, I was in San Francisco. I arrived in San Francisco. I was there on behalf of Microsoft. And we were looking at a company to buy. And they send me off to this special security screening place. And there was this Chinese guy who was interviewing me with the thickest Chinese accent. I couldn't understand a word he was saying. And another immigration guy came in. He said, is there a problem? And I said, yeah, can you at least get someone who speaks English to interview me? And you could tell from his face, he knew what I was talking about. I said, I don't know if anyone can speak English here, but seriously, I only speak English. I don't speak Chinese. And then they asked me, what am I doing here? I said, I'm here to buy a company for Microsoft. But based on this experience, I don't think I want to do that. Yeah. But even now, after 12 years in 2025, they still want to talk to me. I still look that threatening? Unreal. I'm a peaceful man. I'm a peaceful man. But I tell you, I mean, that's not reflective of the US itself. The people in the US, I found them extremely friendly. Extremely. I mean, to the point where they go out of their way to be friendly. I mean, I loved it. I mean, it's such a positive experience. And I don't know if it's because of my accent or whatever, but they went out of their way to be extremely polite and welcoming. You know, forget the airport. I mean, they're just doing their job, I guess. But everywhere I went in the US, everyone was just so polite. So polite. Okay, so what do we got? We're about 296, 300 nautical miles away. We're nearly halfway at the halfway point. 56 minutes to go. Estimated time arrival is 1700 hours Zulu. We did have controllers on, but man, please give me some controllers in Miami. Oh, Miami just came on. Miami just came on. All good, all good. So we'll do our descent briefing about 150 nautical miles from top of descent. Oops. Okay, what is it? KRSW. Alright, Eagle. Thanks for popping in. And we're coming in on 06 ILS. 06. So approach 06 ILS. We do have a vector, and we're going to keep that vector in. If we look at the vector plan, sorry, and if we go to legs, so there, if I step, so there's our top of descent, there. So there. So there we have our vector. So here, there. So there's our vector. We're going to fly that vector a little bit and then do a direct to have it. So that's where we will go. So have it. So sorry, we'll fly a vector. So let's go back. Sorry. So Stero, the vector will fly, and then we'll go direct to Obel, and then into our landing, and into the runway there. There we go. So that's what we're gonna do. So there's the coast. Unfortunately, we don't have any more radar. We got Miami come on. That wasn't there. That's just come on. Maybe we will have something coming on as we get closer. Let's see. I hope so. We just passed Atlanta Center. Whoops. That's not healthy, is it? There we go. It's 250 nautical miles. We are past the halfway mark there. What should we do? What flight in Asia should we do? I'm thinking somewhere into China. Or China into Japan. Or China into Korea. Has anyone done VATSIM in China? In VATSIM in China, do they do everything in meters as well? I would assume they did. I've not done VATSIM in China. So we're heading towards Jacksonville, and then we will head on down towards Orlando, and then Tampa, and then Fort Myers. So on VATSIM, okay, VATSIM China, they do it in meters. Okay, so someone just sent a message on the on streamflight. Is it possible to export GPS coordinates in decimal degrees of the aircraft's live position, please? Longitude and latitude, for example, in the output directory. Yes, I can do that. This would allow us to integrate our flight on a map if necessary. Really? Don't I already do that? Or do I just do... I think I already do that. Hold on a second. Or is it just the destination? Let me check. I think I already do that. Or maybe I don't write it to a file, but I know I'm already pulling that. Yeah. I'm not writing it to a file, but I'm already doing it. Let me check my code. I'm sure I'm already doing it. Let me see the sim vars that I use. So let's have a look. Define data request. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm already doing that. Plane latitude and longitude. I'm already doing that. Okay. Hold on, I'm just responding. Okay. Right, let's see, who is this guy? Hey man, how are you? How you doing, sir? I hope you're well. Right, so... Oh shit, maybe our top of descent is real close. No, so 150 we'll start our descent briefing into, where are we going? Fort Myers, Florida. That's where we're going, Fort Myers, Florida. Okay. Still no controllers. Let's check. No. That's where we are. We're right there. Still no controllers. Miami came on, but that's it so far. We did go through Atlanta, but yeah, nothing otherwise. But that's where we're going, Fort Myers. Okay, so let's start our descent briefing. So our initial fix is 1,500. Let me have a look at the flight plan chart, the charts. $1,500. So let's set this up to 1,500. Woo, wrong way. There we go. So I found out if on PMDG you can just scroll, you can click it and then pull down with your mouse and it does it real quick. So 1,500. We'll go to brakes 3. Okay. The frequency at runway 6 is 111.5. So 111.5. There we go. So that's good. 111 5. Lovely. And we can do this. 142 is our V approach. And QNH at our arrival is 3001. So let's set that up as well. So there we are, 3001, and our minimums are 230. 230. There we go, lovely. And we're all set. Descent briefing is done. Okay, lovely. So do I need CTAF for... Let's have a look. So CTAF for this airport. It is the 737-800, my friend. How are you, Jeswin Chowdhury? Is that Jeswin Chowdhury? Yeah? Yeah, it's the 737-800, my favourite aircraft by far. And then followed by the 777. We are on VATSIM today. Let's have a look at what is the CTAF? ATC. Do I need CTAF? No, we're just gonna go 1, 2. I'm the only one coming into that airport. So yeah, we're in the 737-800 from PMDG in the Southwest livery today. We took off from Baltimore. We had a controller, we had center all over Atlanta, and then unfortunately nothing came on where I'm flying except for Miami, but I'm not going to Miami. And yeah, but we'll have a beautiful landing because I land really well normally. Yeah, we'll have a beautiful landing. We've done our descent brief already, so we've got initial fix of 1500 feet. We're an auto brake 3. We've done our init ref for V approach at 142 plus 5. So that'll be what, 147 on approach. We've done our radio, the DC Designs Concorde. Really, I gave away a couple of those DC Designs Concords. I had DC Designs gave me a couple of them to give away on Twitch. So yeah, I didn't keep one for myself. And yeah, we're all set. We're all set for our approach. We are 111 nautical miles from approach. From descent, sorry. And then later on tonight, we're going to do another flight. I want to do an Asian flight. So I still haven't decided where it's going to be. I think out of Japan or into Japan or something. Maybe Korea, Japan. Korea. Yeah, maybe we go Korea. Maybe a 777 flight. All Nippon Airways or something like that. What do I have in terms of announcements? What Asian airline? I'd have Air Asia actually. We could do Air Asia. Announcements. Let's have a look. I have All Nippon. I have China Southern. I have Cathay Pacific, but that doesn't. Yeah, that's out of Hong Kong, right? Japan Airlines. I have. What is Korean Airlines? What's their Korean Airlines? What's Korean Airlines? Korean Airlines. Korean Air is KAL. Ah, I don't have KAL. Interesting. Let's see. I don't know. Let's have a look. KAL. Maybe that could work. You mostly fly as Ryanair around Europe. I did Ryanair yesterday, didn't I? Did I do Ryanair yesterday? Yeah, I did Ryanair yesterday. From Dublin to Riga. Would love to do a flight to the same destination. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for that. No worries. Look at that down there, eh? Where is that? Let's have a look. I think that's Jacksonville over there. That's Jacksonville. And that place is called Kingsley Lake. It's some camp. It's like a camp. Wildlife camp or something. That looks man-made if I mean, doesn't it? That looks man-made. Okay, Sincar heading. There we go. Yeah, no problem, Jessamine. I'm up for that. Yeah. Just if you just hit subscribe and then you'll know when I'm on. I'm normally on Twitch. I'm just restreaming on YouTube. So yeah, it's I'm doing I stream on Twitch, and now I've just started. I've had the YouTube channel up for a while. There's loads and loads and loads of videos on my YouTube channel. But I thought, you know what? Let me give. Let's do a. I wanted to try out dual streaming, so that's why the videos are popping up on YouTube as well. All right, what are we at? 64 nautical miles, top of drop. So there's our marker, top of drop marker right there. And let's do a nice butter landing, shall we? Like I always do. Ah. We've got some nice clouds there, look at that. Okay. So 48 nautical miles. Still nothing come on. Nothing has come on in terms of radar, a tower, ground or anything. Miami has coverage, but yeah, nothing else. Its livery is not really using much PBR, eh? colours do look a little bit flat. About 20 something nautical miles for top of drop. So as I said, I've got the vector. I have still got the vector in the flight plan. There, sorry, there. I still got the vector. I'm going to keep that vector because it gets me to Obel better. So we'll keep that vector. In fact, yeah, so there. So that is what I'm talking about. So that is the vector there. So from stereo, there's a vector there. So I'm just going to fly that stereo and maintain heading. And then go to Obel, which is there. And then I can catch the... ILS I'm in a much better position to capture the ILS. Otherwise it's a really tight turn. And these things don't turn on a 10 pence piece, eh? So there we are, 10 nautical miles. So there we are, 5 nautical miles, and we'll start our descent into Fort Myers. There we are. In the 3-mile ring now. And there we go, we've started our descent into Fort Myers. There we are, we're in the descent phase now. So we've got about 128 nautical miles, about 16 minutes, and we'll be on the ground for 17 Zulu. But as we're slowing down, that will slightly increase. Estimated time of arrival is always based on speed, so it will change slightly. Sync our heading. So let's have a look. I want to exit. So we're going to exit right. So we've got transition altitude of 18,000 feet in the US. Look at that down there, eh? Does look nice. How come it's doing a power on descent instead of idle? It's on auto throttle, so it's doing what it's doing. There's no decel point yet. It will, once it gets to a decel point, it will go to idle. But I understand what you're saying. So we've got a decel point there. It's gonna go to 280. Okay, Sinkai heading. Huh, okay. I've not, yeah, this works for me. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Normally the VNAV will calculate for an idle thrust descent path, but yours is doing this regardless. Strange, regardless of any decel point. Normally the VNAV does idle path descents. I've not done anything different. Everything is there. See, now it goes into retard. There we go. We're going down to 280. Coming up to transition altitude. No need for any spoilers at the moment. There we are. We are in idle at the moment. Look at that, eh? Gorgeous. So coming up to transition, let's just check that it is still 3001. It is. Sinkai heading. And still nothing on VATSIM radar. Only Miami. Oh well. And we can go to QNH 3001. So 60 miles to go, about 9 minutes. So you see how we've slowed down. So the ETA has changed ever so slightly. Whoops, what was that? Oh shit, hold on. Oh great, hold on a sec. I shouldn't have done that. There we go. I don't have you as let me add you. I'm gonna add you. Is that your Elevate X name? What is your Elevate X name? Mine is Gadget FPV. Just add me as a friend or request me as a friend. Gadget FPV. Oh, we got a Concorde over New York. There we go, 15,000 feet. Nice, look at that. So that's where we are currently. Right there. So as I said, we've got the vector. I'm going to keep that vector in there. I wonder if it's because I do this in the PMDG setup. Options, simulations. There. That. Maybe. So where are we going? We're going 250. Okay, so let's kill that. Let's help it along. Okay. Coming up 10,000 feet. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous, that is. Yeah, now it's in idle, almost in idle, not completely in idle, to be fair. Now it's going to idle. There it is. They're sitting idle. Okay, let's put some stuff on, shall we? There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're making our final descent now. Please check to make sure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. Please raise your seat back and your tray table to the forward and locking position. If you take and carry on items
No, no, not at all. I mean, shit, I don't know everything about the 737 either. They're interesting questions. I'm always in a position I want to learn, so, you know, I mean, yeah, I enjoy flying the 737 and I think I fly it quite well. But, you know, you never stop learning, eh?
If you are using electronic items, please ensure they remain in airplane mode. And please remain seated for the short duration of our flight. And you will be landing in about 10 minutes.
Okay, keep our heading synced. Alrighty. Look at her. She's a beaut. I'll tell you what, I know all the people that keep on slagging off PMDG are those people who have never flown the thing in real life. This aircraft is stunning. It's stunning, and I think the one for 2024 is going to be even better. But I think, you know what, PMDG, I think they've done a great job with this aircraft. All the people in the forums that complain probably never sat in the cockpit of one. I have. All those sim pilots that go, it doesn't handle correctly. Right. Get a life. Alright, so we're going to be flying this Vector. I want to get a good turn to Obel, and that's what I'm aiming for. So that bit there is what I'm aiming for. So I've got this Vector here from Stero. That's why we'll keep our heading, and we're just going to fly until we get to Obel. Or parallel to Obel, then I can do that nice gentle turn. So let's sync our heading. There we go. That'll be good. We're still in our descent phase. We haven't entered our approach phase yet. There we go. Oh, we're in a bit of cloud cover. Everything here is good. Ooh, look at that. That was stunning, wasn't it? Lovely. Look at the clouds. Airport's over there. So we're going to fly that vector and then we will go to Obel. And that will bring me with a nice gentle turn towards the ILS. Airport is over there. The course for the ILS is 058. 058, but it will pick it up automatically. Once I've on the localizer, it will populate this automatically. I don't have to do anything. And we have the 058 course right there. I could put it in, but it populates it by itself. So there you can see there's Stero, and we're going to just do this. We're going to fly this vector because I want to take the turn here. So if I had to go from here at Stero all the way up there, it's going to be a really tight turn. And I don't like those tight turns. Now I don't have the iFly. I don't know if the iFly 737 Max. I think it's a different aircraft. I don't know. So there's the airport. We're just going to stay on this vector for a little bit. That's what we're on. We're on the vector. I'll just switch to do a direct to Obel. Enjoy some of the scenery, why not? And I'll take over the speed. 210 at Tuhi. So I'll just take over the speed now. But it doesn't. If you don't push... Yeah, it does. Okay, I'm not going to do anything. Just watch the course, okay? Watch the course. Trust me. Watch the course. Okay. All right, let's go to Obel. Okay, let's go Obel. There, and execute. Okay, let's slow us down. Let's go to that position there. Right, course is all zeros. Watch. Okay. So we're 17 miles out. Right, let's drop it down to 185. Flaps 2. Oh, sorry, flaps 1, flaps 2. There we are. Okay, turning final. Okay. Now watch. There you go, watch that. See that there? It went to 058. I did nothing. Alright, 13 miles out. Let's drop off. Flaps 5. And we're in approach phase now. Okay, that's a simulator thing. All right. Maybe I should get into good practice and put the course in. I think so. We'll do that. I'll do that from now on. I'll make sure I do the course, proper full immersion.
Line 1.
And what was it? We are going to go to Alpha 9. Is there an Alpha line? A gate 9. That's where we're going. Gate 9. Okay. No. Okay, 9-6 out. We'll go 10. And there we go, lovely. Okay, landing gear can come down. Yeah, we can prop landing gear down. Okay, landing gear coming down. Okay, flaps 15. Flaps 25. Glide slope has been captured. Flaps 30. Flaps full. And we're going 147. Okay, I have control. And we exit right. Oh, a bit high, come on. Force that nose down. There we go. There we go, lovely. Ooh, that was right, that was, wasn't it? That was okay. That was all right. Ooh. All right, gate 9 we're going. Taxi in. Right, hold on a sec. I have no idea where I am.
I know. Not bad for his first day. On behalf of Southwest Airlines and especially Supply Crew, we would love to welcome you to Maui.
Gate 9.
We're in Minneapolis.
Whoa, now that's impressive.
Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. Seat back and tray table airport.
Concourse B. I don't know which one we're at.
Captain Kirk and Boyd Wonder bring us to a screeching halt at the gate. Turn off the fasten seat seatbelt sign. At that time, please be careful when opening overhead bins, because you know, shift happens. And we really don't want to do the paperwork. You can use your cell phones now, but only to
Gate 9. I think that should be okay. There we go. And is that 1, 2? I don't know which one we're at. Hold on a second. Show me this spot.
Make sure you get all your personal belongings, personal problems, anything you brought on board. Take those.
Puss in Boots, hello.
It has been such a job. I mean, joy. Serving most of y'all. We know you have many choices when you fly. Thank you so much for choosing Southwest. If you did not have a good flight, however, we do have a brand new complaint department we just opened up. So any complaints, any issues you want to get off your chest, feel free to email us at our new northern office at northwest.com. If you had a good flight, tell us you were taken care of and have positive feedback, you can email us at our southern office.
Okay, flaps going up.
If y'all are home, go out, buckle up, be safe, be kind to one another. Don't run through the house with scissors. Come back and see us again real soon. And by the way, for those of y'all...
I don't know which where the gate is. Hold on a sec.
So the next time we're 2 or 3 hours late, we'll just call it even. Welcome to Minneapolis.
Okay, AP, you can go on. There we are. There we are. Landing lights. Okay, we're good. And they can go to steady. Okay. Where is that gate? Hold on a sec. There's like 3
Well, butter my
lines.
butt and call me butter ass.
That's the one I want. Show me this spot. Where is it? There. Okay. Okay. That's where I'm going. Okay, that's the one. Perfect. That's the Southwest terminal. All right, look at that. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? That was not a bad landing. I've got to say myself, that was a good landing. But yeah, I do know how to fly this plane, you know. I enjoy flying this plane, I do. This and the 777, I mean, they're very good planes. No worries, Puss in Boots, man. Anytime you're on. Anytime you're on. Sexy livery, sexy pilot, man. All right. Come on, taxi a bit faster. Enough. There we go. All right. There we are. Okay. So we are at this gate 9. There's like loads of gate 9s. Yeah, mate. 7 knots is bloody too fast. Lose control. Right, gate 9 is up there. That's the Southwest terminal. And yeah. Here we are. Look at that. Ooh, gorgeous. So we're in the taxi-in phase, which is perfect. My little streaming software that I've done does everything for you. It's called Streamflight. And you can find it free of charge on flightsim.to. It's been used by quite a few streamers now. And it will pull all the information to an overlay. So you don't have to use those crappy overlays from other flight tracking software nonsense. And yeah, and it will do the phases. Yeah, I've developed it and launched it for a while. I developed it, launched it, or started developing it just sort of the first week of October, and it's already up and really being used. So you got flight phases, you got the progress bar, you've got tons of elements you can pull. Oh shit, is this the right one? Oh, that's just the overlay. I'm talking about the data that's being pulled. That's far more important. The overlay is just what I create on in Photoshop. You can have any overlay, fully customizable. Whatever you want. I don't care what you use. There we go. And I don't think this is the right gate. Maybe not. Maybe it is. I don't know. There is a Southwest truck there. But I don't have a marshaller. Why? Alright, I'll do that. Okay. Parking brakes on. Let's go to APU. There and there. Shut down the engines. 1 and 2. There we go. Seatbelts off. There we go. Lights can go off as well. Pumps there, there and there. APU, so that can go there. We can switch off the packs. Window heat can go off as well. Electrics 1 and 2 there. And yaw damper. And we can first connect the jetway, then we switch off the nav. Okay, so there. And sorry, we need ground power. Ground connection, set chocks and request. There we go. And request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Airport terminal services. There we go. All right. There we are. Ground power. And we can switch off our APU. There we are. Okay, are we connected? We are. Switch off the nav. I was taught that by a pilot. You switch off this once the jetway is connected. There we go. All right. Deboarding our passengers. There we go.
Deboarding starting.
And look at that. Absolutely gorgeous, that livery. All right. That wasn't a bad landing, was it? Oh, maybe. No, it was all right. Wow, that was really good. Okay, that is it for me. For now, I want to do another flight later on with, I'm thinking Asia. I'll still decide where, but yeah, I'm thinking Asia is what I want to be doing. All right. So in the meantime, let's have a look who's on. Who's on? Let's go and see. What's Arch doing? Well, let's go and trouble Arch NDAA. There. Okay, boom. There, he's doing the Boris 777. There. And where is he? Where is he? There he is. Okay. Alright guys, I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you everyone who was in the chat. Hi Force, hello, I didn't notice you there. Eagle, thank you. Yeah, that was nice. I enjoyed that. I will add a bit more immersion. I will now put the course in manually. All right. But thanks, man. It was nice. It was nice. Ah, Formula Fan, you're also there as well. Manchester to Greece. Okay. But I tell you, that was that was a butter landing. All right, I will catch you all very, very soon. Later on this evening, I'm back on again. We're doing some Asian flights. All right. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.